What's going on, beautiful people? It's your host, Drake, B. Drake, with Everything Culture, the podcast for all cultures, the podcast with a purpose. And this Sunday evening, we have the pleasure of having our first live Sunday Night Live of 2026 with you all. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here, happy to make it into a new year. Thank you, Lord, for bringing this here. And we are, oh, that's a good question. We'll get to that, Jules. And we are just here to check in with our audience, with our community, to have conversations about what's going on in society, what's happening in the world, keep everything friendly and professional, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for coming on in. If you have any questions or anything y'all like to discuss, drop it in the chat. We'd love to have it. Make sure to like, share, and comment. And if you're listening to this later, hey, you still can leave a comment and tell me what you think. You can find us anywhere. You can type in Everything Culture. There is no I, it is a Everything Culture. Okay, be clear about that. So I'll see it for Leah. So Jules asked, what are our thoughts on Nicki Minaj? Man, she's a human being. I so much to the I've never been a quote unquote fan of the individual. Um, I don't doubt their talent, but I always look at when people have a mindset of putting people on the pedestal, be mindful what would happen when you put a human being on a pedestal. What's going to happen? What's the follow through with that? What they're doing now, once again, I'm not in agreement with their policies or their thoughts. I truly don't know them clearly. I honestly believe they're just trying to get a dollar. That's what I see with a lot of folks. They try out here trying to make money. And how often do people sell their sales, their morals, their thoughts, their intentions of the world, no matter how righteous, for a dollar bill? And that dollar bill could be there to support some type of affliction or addiction they may have. But that's just me talking. Hello, Christian. How are we doing? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, how y'all 2026 coming along so far? Has it been swell? Has it been comfortable? Has it been unique? Has it been productive? Has it been busy? We're only like what 5 days in, ain't nothing too major. But still, I want to take my time with this year, if that makes sense. I want to make sure the things that I'm doing is one is intentional, and am I making an impact with the people who show up for me and want to show up and do the right things in the world that I support. You know what I mean? But yeah, what how things been with you? Hey, 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 I'm assuming you packing, so don't stress, don't stress, don't stress. Just welcome in, welcome in. We're just conversing about a few things. Shout out to my brother Mike. Um, Bigger Dyke, man. I can't think about what name he go by online right now, but check on your folks. That's the other thing I want to make sure I'm doing. I'm checking on my folks and being mindful of once again how y'all doing. How life been treating you. Are you comfortable? Thank y'all for joining, by the way. And I'm gonna say so before I get to talk about what I saw with one of my peers, I fasted for 2 days. Okay. And the fast was like you don't eat until 6 o'clock. Okay. It was a struggle. It wasn't too much. I ain't gonna lie. It was much easier than I expected. Y'all know how I am. I am a hangry person. I get nasty. Things can get ugly, but I did it. So, hold on. Yeah, we did that. How to get, do a little applause. Hey, Shan, welcome in. Sorry, Shan, for missing the live last night, too. The conversation. I know it was amazing, and I know our presence together is always grand. Let me know when the next one popping off. I'll be there. And I want to be mindful what's coming our way back with my partner. One of his friends was a content creator. I want to say it was, I don't want to mess up his name. Give me one moment. Doot, 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 doot. Because I'm respectful to folks, we don't, people don't know how to respect one another anymore. I'm be make sure to say people's name correctly because everybody like, yeah, he got some kind of everything, knows everything culture. Once again, put some respect on the name. It's so simple. When I was just looking at it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, sad stuff, man. Red Salamander, aka Boo. I don't know how popular it was, or anything, but I see he's still a human being. It looks as if he took his life. He ended his own life. I don't know how. I don't know. We know the reasons why, but that's what it seems like. What has happened. My condolences to his family, his friends, the people who care about him. That is always death, no matter what, is hard to process, but that type of death is a different level, and it is so much we can do as people in this world. We're all going through a little something. We never know what the next person may be going through, but just calling and telling you love them and you appreciate them and letting people know how you feel about them while you can. I say that all the time. Y'all know that. And the way in the I went to his page and the last post that he made was "I'm sorry," like his face and holding the card "I'm sorry," and I'm like, gosh, man, I wish he had, I wish he knew how important he was and how much he was needed and how much he would, how much more work that God probably had for him to do. That's one thing I hope for, but it's that's something that be mindful of. And how do we process that and how we can go forward in life is, once again, just gotta love people while you can. I gotta speak about, shout out to my brother Jakes. I was thinking about doing this, man. I really gotta sit down and figure what do I want my next segment of everything culture, this series of the culture of beauty or the culture of sports. There's so many things I want to go on, but I gotta sit down and lock in on it. I even want to bring someone more, doing some more makings of views with family members. But recently, I don't know, and then God is talking to me, put it on my spirit that start, interviewing people from my hometown, people who I went to high school with, people I went to middle school with, people that know what Tyler, Texas is like. I don't know, that's a feeling I have. I spoke. I made a reel the other day. I can't remember if I talked about it in the live last Sunday. I think I probably did. Knowing me, I talked about the watch night, and I'll repeat it again. Y'all know where watch night come from? If you don't, I'm letting you know now. I think I did talk about it last Sunday. Talk about watch night, how the Emancipation Proclamation went into effect December or January 1st, and just like Juneteenth, the main purpose is unity. Let's come together for protection of one another once we gain freedom. It wasn't that we gained freedom and everything was gravy, baby. No, it was a fight, and we had to watch out for one another. Watch night, okay? So I shared that on my socials, and one of my homegirls, shout out to Tiffany Tatum. She thanked me for telling me, well, sharing that information because she just found out when I shared it. So I let her, no problem. But I can't take all the thanks for it. I gotta also share this thanks to my partner Brandon Jakes. I know the names are very familiar, okay? And I said he told me about 4 5 years ago. I said, and I made sure to say each one teach one. A lot of people don't even know what the term "each one teach one" come from as well, and that is African American saying. I don't want to say proverb, but that's what you can call it. But meaning once, being enslaved in that time, or even coming out of it, we were not allowed to read. We were not allowed to learn how to write, spell, all these things of that nature. So when one of us found out, the duty and responsibility was on all of us to educate the next person. Okay. If I went to school and my sibling was not able to go to school because I had to that work, let's just say that, my responsibility was come home and I become the teacher as well. So we couldn't just BS and play around. We had to be attentive to one another and attentive in class because your work is just it doesn't just stop at the schoolhouse. And that's why one of the reasons I do everything culture too. Like I believe it's a response. God put this responsibility on me to educate my people and educate others. But what we do and how do we operate and new things, not just misinformation and gossip. I believe we live in a society right now that it's become this. No, it's nothing new, but it's grown to be cool, to be ignorant, to be stubborn, to be missing once again misinformed. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. He talked about this a part of his stand up. We live in a society right now where you have to just continue to put poor information out to grow. Hey lady, how we doing? I've been good. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Is this the lady I think it is? If it is, I miss you, friend. I need you to have you back on the show. If this the lady I think it is. How you been? How you been? Hello, Sage. What's going on? But yeah, it's just like you see it on social media quite often. People have microwave mindsets and memories that, yay, man, we got to keep in touch. We got to keep, man, listen, let y'all know now. Y'all hold me to it. I'm trying to hold, and Noemi in here too. Hey, Happy New Year, free. Happy New Year too, lady. Oh, I want to do low happy hours. I wanted to do this last year. Really, I want to do this 2024 and 2025, but both years, 2024 was terrible for me. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. 2025 has been so much better. It's been a year of growth and more stability. 2026 is I'm back in that pocket. Okay. Just letting y'all know that now. But I want to start hosting happy hours. And I would love, and it's like networking. You don't have to drink anything of that nature. But I want us to come out and enjoy one another and just get to know and make time. I understand we're busy with the day to day and the hustle of life. And if we want to come together, meet with some like minds or some different perspectives, and even to have a little conversations, I bring the microphones, I bring the cameras if y'all want to, just something light, so we can really just get into what everything culture is about too, as well as what's up, D, what's happening with you? Just to get talk about life and how we can grow. And I got some other things in mind too. I would love to have y'all. I'll make sure to send it to you. But boy, I coming all the way back to our responsibility. What is your responsibility for 2026? Let's talk about that. Okay. What responsibility do you believe you have for 2026? Okay. That you should, what is God putting on your heart, on your mind, your spirit, your soul, your mission for 2026? I know we talk about what was it called? New Year's resolutions. What is your New Year responsibility? What do you believe you should be doing? What has been called on you to do? Is it to like, and I think that's a very unselfish way to look at things because sometimes like me, but you called, in my opinion, I think we're all called to be something or do something for someone else, no matter how minute or how grandiose it could be. What do we believe we're called to do? What is our responsibility for this year? We're gonna follow back up next Sunday with that question, and hopefully we can have an answer. But I look forward to connecting people. Once again, one of the main connections I've been having, and being more resourceful to the community. I've been in a habit of limiting myself in life. That's I've been I can say that very clearly. I've been in a habit of really limiting myself, and I don't want to. And anybody that knows me know I'm like a caring. I wanted people to grow. I want people to get to know one another. I want people to be more connected. But it takes some time. It takes some assistance, and something I know I got to ask for more help and ask for more support. But it's hard to do that. You know, if we keeping it what we may say a buck, 100, it's hard, in my opinion, to ask for help. Now, I know some people that don't mind asking for help, and but they don't give. And I know some people that ask for help and they give, and that's what I'm trying to get into. I'm trying to get into that point that my resources can go so far, so I need more resources to help more people that may need it. And I got some people that's I've been in conversations with. That's we're gonna work on that, but that's more to come. It just got to do it. I'm looking at people so easily led in the wrong direction by some, and it breaks my heart. You feel me, lady? It's hard, but it's got we have to do it. Obviously, because some people ask for help and they may receive it and don't have any good intentions. My intentions is truly to give assistance and try to learn and how to grow. And that's my thing. I feel bad for asking for help because I feel like I should be in a position to help you. I don't want you. I don't want people even having a thought that I'm misusing them. I don't want to even be there, so I won't even ask for nothing at all. And I'm just being so transparent with y'all. I hope y'all okay with that, but that's just something that's been on my mind, and not that's what's been put on my heart because this year is to truly bring connections to people. It's a wild year. The job market is ugly. I'm praying for numerous. Listen. It is wild. Make sure y'all tap the screen, share the live, heart it, and all that. Don't act like y'all been here before. Y'all know it is. Once again, if you're new here, though, I'm Drake B. Drake with Everything Culture, the podcast for all cultures, the podcast with a purpose. My mission statement comes from the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which is he believes that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because of segregation. And because of segregation, we have miscommunication. So we created this podcast and platform on the pillars of respect, communication, and consistency. So we get to know each other so we can love one another. So once again, thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for listening. If you're listening to this in the future, how's everything going? We still here? We all good? Y'all brush your teeth today. And oh my goodness. Let me so I just talk about mission. I just talked about connections and what is your calling, what's your responsibility for 2026. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Um listen, I be want to say some things, but I know I can't say it. I try to be mature and professional, but sometimes I just want to get it off my chest. And shout out to my group chat again. I say that shout out to my group of people that I can be myself with, you know. What's up, Lito? Lito, hey, I Lito, one of them brothers that I really appreciate, man. He's doing something great, and I need to start making his time out on Thursdays to come through, but I need to talk to him. I feel that I was asked I would be in be in debt with that person. Exactly, but you got to ask the right people. Sometimes asking, but you got to ask the people that you know is going to be there for you. But it's hard. That's a conversation we got to talk to. And listen, I'm not the professional for asking. I'm telling you that now too. I am not the professional for asking. So if you're good for asking, let me know. We need your help. And that's why we got to make these connections. We got to make these connections. But Lito, if Lito's still in here, I need to talk to you. I'm saying it now. I'm calling it out. Listen, I be stretched thin. I need help editing. I need help marketing. I need help putting this the content out. I need help people raising money so we can pay the people who helping us over here and help us. That's what we need. I see me and Shannon talked about this a lot. Hey Courtney, hey cousin, how you doing? Oh, hey Jew, hold on. I just looked at. Hey Jay, I didn't even know Jay was in the stream here. Okay, I'll bring you in a second. I'm putting together a Black Men Summit this summer, bro. Look, that's what I'm talking about. So, Lito, I talked to one of my other partners. He brought it up that he wants to do it, and I love the idea. And I got another guy in mind, and maybe one more. So maybe I would say three to five brothers. Okay. And he wants to do like maybe a monthly, I would say spread it out. If it works, we'll put more out there, but a monthly podcast discussing men's health and check-ins and life. Just, five guys on a responsible level. You know what I mean? You know how we do with everything culture. If y'all ain't been here, one of the biggest compliments I ever received, shout out to my friend Christian, is everything culture is truly a safe space, especially for black women too. Can we say that again? I know it's not a lot out here. And I talk about everybody's well-being, especially men. And if we can do these things and still be a safe space for everybody, you feel me? We still can. So and that's why I said the men I'm thinking of, if we can pull this together and curate something for the masses or the minors, not the minor, what young folks want to hear it too. Look, I had one. Shout out to my boy. Oh my gosh, what's your mama name? Jessica. Yes, let's just say Jessica's son. Jessica's son, he's 15 going on 16 in high school, and I guess his mom would be, allowing him to listen to my podcast and everything culture and listen to some of my reels. And he said he wish he did more. Wish we did more stuff for younger men and younger folks to hear this wisdom. Because listen, the ignorance, the foolishness, they don't care who it reaches. Why am I being so selfish trying to put out good content for all ages? So I'm thinking about that too. Because sometimes I used to cuss a lot. I don't cuss so much anymore. But y'all let me know. Do I cuss as much as I used to? Y'all keep it real with me. Y'all keep it real with me. But that's something else, with the talents that we have, and if everybody pitching their resources, their minds. And when I say resources, your resources not always money. Your resources could just, once again, your time, your talent, your connection, so we can have something that can grow. But yeah, but that's just something I just had to put that in your ear right there. That's been in my mind for like 2 weeks now. In 2026, once again, my biggest enemy is procrastination. Biggest enemy. Biggest enemy, boy. And I fight that son of a corn snatcher on a daily, you know? Yeah, man. Listen, if you got somebody, what's the brother that's a therapist that's comes on Thursdays? I know all y'all in the Ohio area. Oh my gosh. I think he'll be great for it too. Cause we got all in different fields of work. Some of I want to bring on a guy, my guy. Oh my gosh. What his face is right here. I just liked his stuff earlier. Yeah, Lamar. Um, gosh. I know I got my brother Baylor. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. If you listen to this later, I'm not editing this out. I'm not editing none of this. You getting it raw. Okay. Love you. Love you. Thank y'all for being here. What's up, Lee? Priority man, Eric a priority mayor. Hey Kay, hey cousin. Eric a priority mayor. I know he's a busy brother. That's why I said if we have to spread it out or just do quite a few episodes at once. Have him on, Ken, you, what's that? Me. Yeah, we can make it but it's out 3 to 5. We may not all make every episode, but people know where to come to. People know when to check us out. That's what I would love to have if we want to do it. But we don't. I don't want one person doing all the work. Everybody got to spread it out. That's the thing. That's the thing about community. That's the thing about unity. We all got to do something. We all got to put a little sweat in. You feel me? Okay, man. Listen. I just think it'd be a great conversation. We have technology now, and like you trying to do a summit, we all come together, trying to be good men and be progressive. None of us are perfect. That's the thing. None of us are perfect. Have some good laughs. And I think it'd be a part that we can talk about what we need to improve on. That's the thing too, because I think a lot of young folks. Listen. With how much time we got? 5 minutes, y'all. We go. I'm gonna bring everybody in on the StreamYard. I'm gonna jump on the StreamYard. Y'all know we do like 30 minutes or so streaming to everybody. Then we have our private conversations. But I saw a video of a woman sharing, and this is her opinion. I don't think I talked about this recently, but I didn't talk about this on recording or on audio or video recently, but she expressed that she grew up with a two-parent household. She grew up in a house, loving home, and she didn't like it. She wanted to live in an apartment complex because it looked fun. Because she can hang. They all her friends and them lived in the same apartment complex, and it wasn't far to go and hang out with them. She wanted two Christmases and things of that nature. So she wanted her parents to be divorced. She wanted them to split up. She wished those things would happen. And from someone, I didn't live in an apartment complex, but with parents being separated, actually having food stamps as a child, and I'm talking about, listen, aging myself again. This is my last year in my 30s, y'all. But aging myself again, where food stamps actually were stamps. Okay. Going to the poor lunch line. And I like, let's call it what it is. It was the poor lunch line, free lunch line, however you want to call it. Y'all got all them chicken strips, all the nice things. I didn't have that. But the thing is, I still go eat. Please believe that with my chilled juice of fruit. But seeing a grown woman say those things, I like that. I would be so upset if I had a child, a son or a daughter that wanted me and his mother or her mother or their mother to be separated and for us to live in a lower, like in a less, to live in some apartment complexes in the hood because they wanted to hang out with their hood rat friends and do hood rat stuff. Baby, the enemy is in the house. That's crazy. The enemy, it came from within. I would be so upset. I don't know how to explain that and the amount of people who are in the comments agreeing with it. Some guy, I thought it was stupid, but it makes sense. It makes sense. What's up, Rose? It makes sense. He screwed a plastic bottle into a light fixture. He said, just because you fit in, you still shouldn't be there. Okay. Which I still think is stupid. But I see what they were coming from. But I would say just because you see people with popularity online, they have a lot of comments and followers. Like right now, how many people? I got what, one or two people over here, one or two people over here, one or two people over here. And baby, I'm coming to be out. That's okay. I don't want to I don't want to be followed by a mass of fools, and I don't want to lead people with foolishness. I'm just being totally honest with you. And it ain't nothing new. Once again, I want to be clear, ain't nothing new. Listen, the nerdy kids in school never got a lot of attention while they were in school. But it's just wild because people have different perspectives and different wants in life. That's just the truth of it. But when I heard that, I was like, gosh, I see a lot of people. I pray for folks, man, but I can't force them to make better decisions for life. Just like people probably pray for me, they probably want me in a different position. I don't know what position they want me in. God has blessed me abundantly. But boy, I'm just very attentive to like more and more. I said this earlier. I said this on one of my reels or TikToks that people will want you as long as you can serve them in the capacity they want you to serve them. Soon as they find that you're not accessible to them in the way they want you, they'll cut you off. And that goes from all different levels, from kids to parents to relatives to friends to jobs, you name it. Job I understand because hey, whatever. But hey, Mel, but I'm just very in tune with who I am and who I'm becoming and the relationships I'm building. I don't expect everybody to show up the way I want them to show up. I just want them to show up for who they are. And I have to have the responsibility to believe, to trust, and have grace for who they are as well. And I hope they do the same for me. Now, once again, we appreciate the love. We appreciate all y'all coming through for the conversation tonight. Shout out everybody that's been in the chat on TikTok. Shout out to everybody been on the chat on Facebook and the Tube as well. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we'll be back next Sunday if the Lord says the same. Listen, I love getting older. I've been saying these old Negro, is it colloquialisms? I know. Hey, y'all just go work with me. My tongue get a little tied up sometimes, but I'm getting at that age where I feel comfortable saying it. While people like, you sound old. Hey, I'm there now. I'm getting there. It's a blessing. Thank you, God, for getting me to this part, and hopefully give me another one of these, number 40. If I'm 39 now. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. It's been your host, Drake. Be Drake with Everything Culture. Make sure to come through. Talk to us. Give us some love. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a weirdo. I've been saying that a lot, dude. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be coming in here watching. Don't be looking at my stuff on Facebook and don't say nothing. Don't like. Don't share. What's the? But that's a you thing. Well, see, I gotta have grace for you too. I gotta have grace for you too. Praying for you. Love you. Yeah, have a good one.